All right, recording in three, two, one. Hey, team. Welcome back to I Don't Work Nights. I don't know if you can tell, we have a bit of a backdrop change. Right now, I'm in my mom's new house. I can't even say like childhood bedroom, but this is what I call going home. My mom moved last year into like just a stunning lake house, and I have my own like chunk of the house, and so I come out here whenever I'm really depressed and sick of the city. I feel like I had done enough spots in the city for the month, and I wanted to come home and just sit at the lake house and go to all my little country stores and do all my country bumpkin bullshit. Uh, and speaking of country bumpkin bullshit, this week's episode is about Little House on the Prairie. I was supposed to post this in like June, whoopsie, but time got a hold of me, and now it is mid July and I had not posted an episode yet, but this episode is going to come out like literally as I record it. I think it's tomorrow. Technically, it's Tuesday as I'm recording it right now, midnight Tuesday. So hopefully I can get this cut up and put out in 12 hours so I can have this out this Tuesday. But I watched the new Little House on the Prairie and I have some qualms. I also watched a bunch of really trippy episodes of the old Little House on the Prairie, and I wanted to watch them to like compare them. I feel like they're two wildly different shows. So fucking different. And I was really into the books, when I was a kid. But it just depends in which the context you read the books as children. Like, I don't know. I'm watching this new version with my mom, and it's pretty slow. And my mom was kind of like, "Oh, I remember the books being really slow," but like, yeah, it's because we were reading them when I was 5. Like, a 5-year-old felt like the books were slow, but as I'm watching this new show, it is definitely not meant for children. This new version is like really, really intense, really dramatic. But what pisses me off is like maybe 1% of the cast is American. I'm not normally these like everyone has to look like they did in the books. Everyone has no way the Little Mermaid can be black. Like I'm not like that at all. Like I really don't care. But like the guy who plays Pa, while he is still sexy, and that is the most important pillar of Pa Ingalls' character, of Charles Ingalls, is that he has to be sexy. He is Australian and does not do a good American accent. So like to me in my head, I saw him pop up on the screen. I said, "That's not an American man. Like you don't look rough and tumble enough to me. He looks like Australian rough and tumble. He looks like Crocodile Dundee, but Thor can't be Pa Ingalls, right? Like, and then one of the little girls, the girl who plays Mary, is British. Huh? Fuck no. That makes me so mad. I don't know. I am all for I am all for like true to the books casting if it's not about British people. No. I don't know. Oh my god, guys, I feel like whenever I record these podcasts, I always sound like I'm sick, but it's just that I am home by myself and I'm not talking all day, and then as soon as I start to talk, I get phlegmy and gross. So I'm sorry. Trying a new Alani today too. This is the Sherbert Swirl Alani. Let's see. I don't have my normal setup. I don't have a lap desk, so I'm holding this mic with my thighs. Yeah, I can crush a watermelon with them, guys. No, I can't. If you follow me from the other website, I can't. I'm sorry, but I will for $150. It's my price. Shit. Now that I open this, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Hold, please. All right, I did it. I'm gonna cut that out. But no, it makes me mad that those characters are like Australian and British. It does. What I do think is interesting is this new show touches on the relations with Native people. There were a couple scenes in the books that me and my mom were saying that we remember with Native people, like when there's two Native men. I forget which tribe they mentioned. It starts with an O. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Where they come into their house like as soon as it's built. Everyone is just getting comfortable, and these two native men come in, and because there's such a language barrier, they don't understand what the other one is saying. And of course the government has not bought the land from native people yet, so the Ingleses are living there illegally. And the two native men come in and they steal food, and they steal Ma's China doll. Now Pa goes back and gets the China doll and about half the food. Oh my god, I don't know why the hiccups, I'm sorry. Ugh. That's gross. Anyways, the native people end up returning the food, but there's like a bunch of characters in this new show that didn't exist in the old show or in the books. And now the old show did make up a bunch of people, a bunch of stupid people, like Albert, who I think was my first crush. I say that about like literally every time I watch a movie. He was one of my first crushes. I wasn't as locked into the show as I was to the books. My mom had the entire show on VHS, and then we started to collect the show on DVD. You could only buy them at Hallmark. Now, this was not a Hallmark original. This show came out when it was like channel 1, 2, 3, but I remember we really couldn't find it on. No, this was a time when Amazon was still like pretty much a book only website, but we really couldn't find them on Amazon. We couldn't really find them at like Movie Stop, GameStop. They were really only at Hallmark, the card store. And I think that's because that's the target demographic for Hallmark. I also remember one year I got my mom Murder, She Wrote for Christmas on DVD, like a Murder, She Wrote box set on DVD. Also got that at Hallmark. So word up, Hallmark, sponsor your girl, please. I love a card. I'm in a long-distance relationship. I love sending a fucking card. Anyways, I watched one really trippy episode this morning of The Old Little House on the Prairie, and then as I was sending emails for just some work, I put on another trippy episode. I just didn't take notes. But oh my god, my book is stuck. My little notebook. But the one I did take notes on, there wasn't a ton of like out of the ordinary new people from the book. Like the episode I watched that was really trippy, the first one I did, that was in season 3. So, and the only characters that interacted with each other were Laura, Mary, Carrie, who's not in the new one yet. Ma's pregnant, so I'm assuming it's going to be with Carrie. It's in this old episode. Ma, Carrie, Mary, Laura, Paul, Laura's friend from school. I think I wrote his name down. Jesus Christ, I wrote it down. Oh my god, I'm horrible. I guess I didn't write it down. Anyways, Nellie Olson, obviously. Fuck you, Nellie Olson. Nellie's brother, Willie, who was also in the books, and then Mr. and Mrs. Olson, who owned the shop in town. And this is a Halloween episode, spooky. It's season 3, episode 5, The Monster of Walnut Grove. It's Halloween. Trick-or-treating hasn't really made its rounds out west yet. So Laura and Mary are going to go soap windows. little rascal soaping windows. I don't know. If my kids did that now, I'm anti-child abuse, but if I found out my kid did some stupid shit like rubbing bar soap on my neighbor's windows, I feel like I should be allowed to hit him. Like whatever, my kid TPs, my kid eggs someone's house, you're grounded, right? But you rub soap on my windows, I feel like I should be able to withhold food. I don't know. I just got a notification. My card was declined. Let's see what it was declined on. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't at this lake house. Oh, my yoga membership. Whoopsie. Okay. It's Halloween. Laura is reading Ichabod Crane to Carrie, the story of the Headless Horseman, and she keeps being like, "Where's his head? Where's his head, Laura?" And she's like, "He's holding it." Carrie is so stupid in this old version. I remember Carrie being like kind of a flighty kid in the books, but in the TV show, oh my god, I want to drop kick her. Like she's so stupid. Uh, because Laura is taking forever to like read this prank story to Carrie, they are late for doing their Halloween festivities, which are soap and windows, as we've discussed earlier, child beatable activities. And Laura goes to do it to Mr. and Mrs. Olsen's house because she fucking hates them. Fuck you, Nellie Olsen. They're not friends yet in this part of the show. But, what was that? Hold, please. Texting my mommy. Okay. Anyways. Laura, I'm going to use that right here, actually. Laura goes to soap Mr. and Mrs. Olsen's house. Fuck you, Nellie Olsen. Again. And she sees Mr. Olsen like bragging about a sword. Mrs. Olsen is like, "We were supposed to go on a trip. What the hell you just spend money on?" And he's like, "The sword," which is a conversation I've had with my boyfriend. I'm kidding. No, it's not. But my boyfriend does have a couple of swords, if you know what I mean. One's wooden, one's his penis. Oh my god. I'm gross. Anyways, Mr. Olsen is like bragging about some sword, and he's like, "Mrs. Olsen, you'll see this sword is strong." And he slices what Laura thinks is Mrs. Olsen's head off, but it's a mannequin. And Mr. Olsen runs out, and it's kind of like, "Hey, you see why I'd want to keep this sword a secret?" And he means it as like, "I don't want people to know I got money like that." And she takes it as like, "I definitely just killed my wife." Like, you'd see why I don't want people to know that I killed my wife. And so Mrs. Olsen literally at the same time is like, "Oh, I'm going to go see my mom. Fuck you. I hate you, Mr. Olsen." And she goes to visit her mom, and she leaves early in the morning so Laura doesn't see her leave before school. And she's going around, stomping around school, being like, "Oh my god, Nellie's dad just killed Nellie's mom." And Carrie is also having like nightmares about Ichabod and Mr. Toad's story because she's stupid. And Laura starts to have these like really trippy nightmares, and the nightmare sequence that Laura has is honestly really scary because it was like 70s CGI. It looked like a kaleidoscope of, Oregon Trail ass people. It was a kaleidoscope of nightmares. It was just like Michael Langdon circling around with, "Hey, it's not a nightmare, it's a dream." You know what I'm saying? But Laura Laura goes to school and tells her one friend, like, telling everyone, "Oh my god, Nellie's dad killed Nellie's mom. Nellie's dad killed Nellie's mom." And she tells her mom and pa, and they're both like, "Oh my god, you're being stupid." And so mom and pa go back to do their thing. This whole episode kind of revolves around Laura being a dumbass. Laura tells Nellie, "Hey, I saw your dad kill your mom last night. Sorry if you didn't know that." But they kind of are like, "What are you talking about?" And they get a little antsy, and they go home, and their dad made like barbecue, and he's wearing their mom's apron, and it's covered in like pig's blood because he made barbecue. He made like pot roast or something, and they're like, "Ah!" And then he goes, "Kids, I'm just messing. I made barbecue." And he like cuts the barbecue with the sword and stuff, and they eat it. They're like, "Ha ha ha." And he tells, and Nellie's like, "Dad, can you believe that Laura thinks you beheaded Mom?" He goes, "Oh, I know why she believes it. Let me show you, kids." And it's the mannequin that he beheaded. And Nellie and their brother decide to take it upon themselves to like prank Laura because Nellie sucks. And Laura has had like nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. And she goes into the shop. Laura goes into the shop to like eavesdrop on Mr. Olsen, and he's dragging the mannequin in a body bag. Like, he looks guilty as hell from her perspective. Sorry, but he does. He looks guilty as hell. And Nellie and Willie, and they're like, "We're going to prank her." And they like pull this whole elaborate thing off where they take her into the cellar. They take Laura and Carl was her friend's name. They take Laura and Carl into the cellar where it's dark and they're all scared, and they have the mannequin's head sitting in there. So they're like, ah! But of course, Nellie and Willie like walking through a cemetery and stuff first. Tensions are high. Laura and Carl lose their shit in the cellar, but as they leave, they put a piece of furniture like over the cellar door, so Nellie and Willie can't get out. And then Miss Olsen happens to come home like right as Laura and Carl think there's a ghost in the shop, and they think Miss Olsen is the ghost, and so they absolutely lose their shit. And Miss Olsen calms them down, but Nellie and Willie are stuck in the cellar. Because fuck you, Nellie Olsen. I fucking hate Nellie Olsen. I don't know. Nellie Olsen played the actress who played Nellie Olsen in the 70s, played some creepy ass like cannibal lady in the new show. All of the posts I saw about it were like, oh, look how sweet it is. Nellie Olsen is back in the new show. Scary as shit. She's back in this new show. Scary as shit. The new Little House is slow. It is definitely like for an adult acquired taste. It is not background TV. I tried to use it as background TV while I was working today. Mistake. Me and my mom both had to like sit and be glued to it. But I saw this TikTok that was like, new Little House on the Prairie sucks ass. One thing stays consistent though, Pa's sexy as hell. Pa Ingalls is dilfy as hell, and I'll stand by that. Oh, my light died. Well, I'm gonna keep talking. Pa Ingalls is dilfy as hell, and I stand by it. And I'm like, word up. Literally in the opening scene, Pa Ingalls is they're trying to cross the wagon. They're trying to pull the wagon across the river, and Pa pulls it himself. Of course, Ma's like trying to steer it, but Pa like gets in the water, and it's literally like all the colonial men in linen shirt gets the linen shirt wet, and he saunters out of the water. That's what it was like. But Ma is steering with the ropes, and she like slices her hand up, and they bump into this doctor. The doctor helps her, but they lose their dog, and it was a border collie, and I had a border collie as a kid, and I was like, oh, I forgot Jack was a border collie. But they finally make it across the river. Pa's all in his billowy shirt, but they get across the river and they get into the small town of Independence. But they are out of oh my god, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me or see me? Sorry, they're out of all their flour is ruined. They said like most of their food, most of their coffee is ruined, Pa's tobacco is ruined. And so they had to spend almost the rest of the money replacing the food that they lost. And Laura is at the lake doing laundry, and where she bumps into like a little native girl, which happens to be like the little sister of the two people who ended up robbing their cabin later in the second episode. But Pa's like, I'm gonna go hunting. And after they find a camp, and he saunters off to go hunting, and he isn't back before nightfall like he promised. And Laura almost gets eaten by a pack of wolves, and Ma scares him off. And we're like, yes, Caroline. Yes, girl. You shoot those wolves. That's what it was like watching that. But Pa comes back and is like, I found this new land. I found this new town. And it's land that he bought without telling his wife. And it happens to not have been... The government has not bought it from the Indians yet, so it was not subsidized for use. And he explains his plans for the land, and he brings like his family into the town to like officially sign all the paperwork and stuff like that. And Mary finds a boy who we find out is named Caleb, and we later find out he's illiterate. But Mary and Laura both like, I want ribbons, I want candy. Like Laura had wanted peppermint, and Mary wanted blue ribbons for her dress because she lost all her ribbons in the water. And as they're kind of starting to build the house with the help of Mr. Edwards, who in the books in the old show has been a bachelor and like a drunk the entire time. We find out he is a drunk though, but he has like lost his wife and two daughters. And so Pa gets them to help by being like, I have a wife and two daughters, could you help? And then he shows up, and then the like town gossip is like, Ma Ingalls, Mr. Edwards is an alcoholic. Don't do all that. But in this show, I can tell Mr. Edwards is an American and not like some British Australian person. I don't know, I could be wrong if people actually watch this or care about it. You comment if we're being pranked, if he's Australian or not. Anyways, Caleb like leaves ribbons for Mary, who's like pissed the entire time. I only got 3 episodes into this new show. I think me and my mom are gonna watch them tomorrow, but the first episode was really, really slow. Oh yeah, boy sends Mary ribbons. They meet John Edwards, and then Pa sells his fiddle so that they can buy a house. Laura wakes up and starts kind of sauntering in the cornfields. Mr. Edwards shows them a path that kind of always opens and closes in the cornfields, in the corn stalks that the natives have made on their horses, and like they go for a walk, and Mr. Edwards is like, "This is how you get to my house. This is how I get to your house." And then in that path, Mr. Edwards brings back Jack. He brings back their border collie, and everyone's like, "Yay!" But we got through the second episode. I was sending emails, so I wasn't like glued in 110%. Second episode, Mary and Caleb flirt more. She starts to send letters and he doesn't send them back. And so when she goes into town, she's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I'm sorry, stomp. I'm a 13-year-old boy." And then she finds out he's illiterate. LOL. I don't know. And she gets like the hugest ick. Understandable. I mean, if I met a boy now, obviously it'd be an ick if he was illiterate. But I don't know. That'd be like if a guy had a Samsung. That's the equivalent where like if a man had a Samsung at that time, he's illiterate. And we also at the end of the second or third episode, I can't remember which one we were on, Mary starts to get sick, and I wasn't like, "Yes, this is where she gets blind," but like that's kind of where it's been so long since I've read these books or like watched the show in chronological order, read the books in chronological order, that it's like, I remember this part. She gets sick, she gets blind. But no, I think I might have to, when my mom's at work tomorrow, I think I'm going to sit and rewatch the second or third episode. But as I got glued more to it, I was like, okay, where'd I get this? And then I don't know. I liked it. It wasn't like, boo, I hate it. Like it's definitely an acquired taste, and I have to sit and pay attention to it. Like it's adult TV for sure. It's not like, oh, I'm going to, put on The Office or whatever in the background of whenever I'm working. Like I have to sit and pay attention to it, which I have a hard time sitting and paying attention to TV now. Like I really only sit and pay attention to TV like when I'm watching it with someone, like when it's TV time. That's what this new Little House on the Prairie is good for. I watched the old Little House on the Prairie as background TV, which is probably why I think that show is so fucking bizarre. There's been a couple like articles I've read about it where it was like, I saw one about an episode where it was like Ma gets tetanus one episode, and then it was Carrie's birthday, and Pa finds a hot air balloon and puts Carrie in the hot air balloon, and then they run around the city trying to get her down out of the hot air balloon. Carrie's like a toddler in this, and of course Ma's at home like trying to saw her own leg off to stop the tetanus. And then the next episode happens, Ma never had tetanus, Carrie's fine. It wasn't like, oh, I woke up one day and it was all a dream. Everyone was just fucking chill about it, I do feel like this is going to be a short episode. I'm at 23 minutes right now. I don't want to make it a 23-minute episode, but I am going to keep talking, just not about Little House, I think. I've been home since Thursday. It's, 12:53 Tuesday. So I've been home about 4 days, and I've gotten a lot of work done. I do love being home. It is just so quiet here. And that's probably why I like watching Little House on the Prairie when I'm at home, because, like, it's quiet on the prairie. It's quiet on the creek. I don't even know what that means. I just keep seeing it on TikTok. It makes me feel old when shit like that starts to go viral, and I'm like, what am I doing? What's going on? But my mom's boyfriend, which also feels weird to say, he's basically my stepdad. They've been together like 3.5 years. He's a 60-year-old man. Like, I don't know, my mom's boyfriend, he's 60. He's a dog. Her name is Zoo, and she stays at the house. She loves that I'm home. The dog loves that I'm here. And I was like really sad and emo yesterday, and the dog slept with me. But apparently when she sleeps with people, she normally kind of sleeps at the foot of the bed, which is fine. She's not a little dog. She's like a healer, like a blue healer, like a mutt. She looks like a blue healer, but she's a mutt. And she slept like up by my head. My mom said when she woke up this morning, the dog had her head like up on my shoulder, which she never does. And I'm like, oh, I'm special. And when I was at dinner today, a baby was talking to me. So I think I might be her. Like, I think I've reached peak femininity. Like, dogs cuddling with me, baby staring at me in public. Like, I did it. The baby kept pointing at me too. I was like, I am the most beautiful woman in the world. Like, Salma Hayek, watch the fuck out, because this baby was like drawn to me, and the dog was drawn to me. Like, they like, I am her. Like, I you haven't seen those where it's like, some women are nice to babies and dogs, some women attract babies and dogs, but I attract like homeless schizophrenics and rodents. I don't know. I am sad though. Fredericksburg, Virginia, where I'm from Pennsylvania County, but Fredericksburg, Virginia, like a town over, has a possum cafe, like a cat cafe, where you can like play with baby possums. They're domesticated possums that this like wildlife agency has saved, and you can like cuddle with them and they play with you. And I want to go one day so bad. Maybe when I'm home next month I'll go. I'm trying to come home every month. Like, when I come home, that's going to be my like lock-in long form content time. Because I don't know. It feels like I'm going to the waters to heal right now. Like, the waters to heal with the possum cafe, y'all. Shit's crazy. But I've gotten like a lot done while I've been here. I've recorded my actual first episode of my cooking podcast that I announced in fucking April, like a dumbass. I recorded my first episode. I'm gonna edit that after I clip this up, because I want to put that out on Wednesday. This is about my great grandmother's best friend's chocolate pound cake, and my mom was in it. Who my mom loves being on camera, which is probably where I get it from. So I am really happy I got to do this with her. Like, I don't know, I don't get to see her a lot, and it makes me kind of emo that I don't get to see my family a lot. And it was like all the family was here. Everybody was here this weekend. We had a family bridal shower, so literally everyone was in town. I've gotten to see everyone I've ever known my entire life this weekend. It was fucking awesome. And I was super emo this weekend because I didn't get JFL New Faces, and that's kind of why I came home. I was always like, well, if I don't get JFL, I'll come home for a week, because I had taken 10 days off because I thought I'd have to be in Canada for 10 days. And turned out I got to be home for 10 days, which was super, super beautiful. I am just not looking forward to lugging all my equipment, and I always go shopping when I get home, so I'm not looking forward to lugging all my hauls up 5 flights of stairs when I get back to New York. You know? Yeah. I'm taking another sip of the Solani. Sorry, team. I am like super happy with all the content I put out this week. I've done some I'm trying to diversify my content. I know most of you follow me for stand up, and stand up is still my dream. Comedy is still my dream. But I am trying to push out more content because I know that is more monetizable. And I don't think I'm selling out. Like, I want to have the completely open conversation. If you guys think I'm selling out, let me know. But I want to be able to produce more money online so that I can, push out more comedy stuff. Like, I was super happy being able to record my cooking show today, and I've been super happy that I've recorded like 4 episodes of my pod while I've been home. And so I'm really happy I get to lock in and push that all out. And like, I've written 4 new jokes, which is a lot for me in 4 days. And I've made little videos with my calico critters because I had left a bunch of them here. And I've made a bunch of front-facing content. I got to edit a ton. And I don't know, now that I've been home, I can reach out to brands and be like, here are my ideas for ads, and here are my ideas for videos I could do with y'all. And like, I don't know, I am feeling like more passionate now. I've kind of gotten out of the like, oh my God, I'm home, I have nothing to do rut. And now I'm like, I am in such a good position right now that where I am so grateful for everyone who has ever clicked, who has ever commented, whether it is good or bad, that like I am able to like really take a deep breath and focus on doing what I love, Like, it's so good. And I'm happy I get to come home more. Like, if I got up as much here as I did in New York, I would obviously still be living at home. Like, I don't begrudge anyone in New York, especially who still lives with their parents. Like, if my parents lived in New York, you bet your ass I would still be living at home. I just got an email. I'm still logged into Troy's email on my phone, and I get his emails all the time, which is really fucking funny. But I don't know. Sorry, I was on my phone for a second. Now that I've been home, I started to get. Ooh, sorry. I started to get PR, which is fucking awesome. I got PR. My first PR packages were from Pink Palm Puff, which is like a loungewear brand. They make pajamas and they make sweat sets. And I got a hoodie from them, and I'm super, super grateful. It's the cutest fucking hoodie ever. And it came in like the most stunning packaging. Like it came, of course, it came in a packing sleeve, but then it came in like a gorgeous, like pink tropical clothes box. And then I opened up the box, and then the hoodie was in a sleeve. Pff, what? Bougie as hell. And then I got a big ass box from Fruit Riot, which is like a frozen candy, like frozen sour candy or like frozen crunchy candy brand. I've had some that aren't sour. And they sent me 8 packages of candy. And it was so kind. And it was in like a giant cooler box. And I wasn't able to touch it for like a day and a half because I was on the road. But it came in and it was still fine. Like I had one of my roommates cut it open and like set it near my AC and shut the door. And it was still fine, which I was really shocked by. And it was delicious. I was so, so happy with it. But I know I said a bunch that I've been emo this weekend. But I am really like so grateful that I'm in this position right now. This is going to be kind of an emo episode. I am so grateful I'm in this position right now and that I am not an actor in the new Little House on the Prairie show who's British cosplaying us on the Barbie. That's Australian. But I am really grateful, you guys. I do think this is gonna be a little quickie episode so that I can go ahead and churn this out for you guys because I've been so behind. My apologies. But I am so excited to post my next episode for y'all. My next episode is about the Tinkerbell movies. So that should be out next Tuesday. But other than that, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And this is episode number 3 of I Don't Work Nights.